What the fuck? Why?
No, not yet. No,
It's too early. It's too early. We'll
yes,
circle back.
It is too early.
When you put out a high priority list, that's when you'll start getting hate mail.
Okay. No, I noted.
Stay
I'm
away
sure
from
I'm
lists.
on my way though.
To pissing somebody
Yeah,
else.
to making someone mad.
Okay,
somewhere.
well here we'll make a whole group of people mad. This is one of my favorite parts. We're gonna do a quick fuck, marry, kill, and I'm gonna give you 3 neighborhoods based off of food alone. You have to marry one, kill one, love one. We'll do Rhino, Downtown, aka Lodo, and Cherry Creek.
Oh wow, that's tough. I guess I would marry Rhino.
Okay. Is it because of Dana Rodriguez? I would too. I get it completely. And Fritzy.
Dana and
Tommy.
Open.
So do you see what they're doing for their menu? They're revamping for 2.0, very similar to us starting next week, season 3, but they're getting a whole new list of chefs and like recipes ready for a new sandwich line. They're mixing it up.
I saw that and I've been meaning to reach out because I put them in an article and now you just reminded me that might not work out.
Be like, guys, damn it. How long does it take you to write an article on average?
Oh my gosh, I am so slow. So Denise was really good. She got really fast. I feel like she wrote articles in her sleep. But it takes me between like 4 and 6 hours.
How many words are we talking here?
500 to 1,000?
I mean, that sounds like if it's well thought out, if I was to give 4 to 6 hours, it would just be ramblings. You remember how you used to have to fill, like, you had to have a word minimum in school growing up?
Word count.
Yeah, the word count. I'd be like, to the fact of the matter is, and like, it doesn't even fucking matter, like, just filler words all over. So I applaud you for that.
Oh, yeah, I'm hoping to get faster, but it's been many years. I don't think I'll ever get faster.
Yeah, but I guess you're not doing the low-hanging fruit such as myself, where I could just be like, oh, sandwiches with pickles, and then list all the ingredients. You're doing thoughtful, stories.
Yeah, I hope so. Travel writing is actually a lot easier, so those articles take like way less time because you're kind of making it out of your own brain. Whereas reporting, you have to get sources and facts and put them together.
We should have done fuck, marry, kill, travel, food, car industry.
I would definitely kill the car industry.
Whoa, come on.
I thought you had lots of love for
I thought you
automated
did.
writing.
I do, but compared to the others.
Gun racks for your car?
Yes.
Buy or sell today.
Okay, but we seem to be skipping over the fact that you didn't finish that question.
Oh.
And I don't understand why you're at a pause. Like,
I guess I would kill Cherry Creek.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad you said that,
Yeah.
Patty. I was really worried there for a second.
Yeah.
I kind of knew she was going to do that, and I did that on purpose because I also would do the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we agree. Not that it's not a lovely place. It's just.
No,
But see, what if you were to throw East Colfax,
Oh, throw 3 new ones. South Fetty.
East Colfax, South Fetty, Highlands?
Oh gosh.
And we're talking overall entertainment.
Strip clubs are in play?
That's entertainment.
Yes, it is. East Colfax wins.
I guess I would have to marry South Federal because they don't deserve to be killed. They need all of the love. I just
Out of pity.
can't do. No,
I'm just
out
kidding.
of
Yeah.
just like
It's a pity, Mary?
They don't deserve that. And I
Arranged
think,
marriage?
I think that East Colfax, I guess. What was the last one again?
The Highlands.
I guess I would kill the Highlands.
Hey, I can understand it.
But I'm just so connected, and I'm just like, I can't, I gotta look out for the ones that get the least love.
Oh, look at you. That's so sweet of you.
No, I don't know, it's more like detrimental, I think.
Do you have a bunch of pets at home? Like 7? She adopts every cat and dog
No.
that's available. She's like, I saw it. It was looking at the window. I could not
It's a
bring it home. Yeah.
But I am notoriously nice.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
That's not going to be good. You're a food critic. You have to be like stern.
I'm not a critic, though.
Oh, are you not?
No, I'm a food writer. Food critics are different.
So you don't have to write slanderous pieces?
No, I don't. I don't do reviews.
Okay. So here's a follow-up question. What piece of work are you most excited about that you've published thus far?
Oh my gosh, that's an
If people wanted to go read back on some of your work.
I wrote a long department story, which is like a very focused profile in magazine world on the Far East Center and Pacific Mercantile and the women-led families that kind of have led those businesses for the past like decades. And they're being taken over by like daughters from their moms, and it was the most fulfilling story I've ever written. Kicked my ass though. I like probably cried a few times because I didn't think I could do it, but it's a 2,000 word beauty that I'm proud of.
So is that like I mean, obviously, usually you think of the term, it's like a patriarchal, it's passed down from like father to son. Is it in that, I guess, in the Thai tradition or, lineage, does it go, from mother to daughter? Or are you saying that this is kind of an anomaly in how this kind of coexists in this neighborhood?
They just kind of stepped up and...
Really?
Yeah, they're like...
I'm going to have to read it.
I'm taking this over. Jolena Gucci, who is at Pacific Mercantile in Sakura Square, she took it over from her mom, who took it over from their grandfather, George Nakai, and they're just the nicest, most amazing family, and they're like holding down that area because Sakura Square isn't what it used to be, so they're kind of like the anchor of that square right now, and it's being redeveloped, but they're going to keep the business going. It's been going since 1946 or 47.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't think we've really talked about. And obviously, we kind of highlight restaurants and things, and we talk about the Rhino neighborhood. But gentrification in neighborhoods have been getting, you mentioned they kind of stepped up and took over and held strong to the complex as well as the company and the neighborhood. Growing up in this kind of, obviously, area, community, how has it changed from when you were growing up? Obviously, there's more options out there, but how has the neighborhood changed from back in the day to now that you're writing about it?
Oh, gosh.
Thank you. That was a loaded question. I didn't mean to make it so loaded, but it was loaded.
Don't worry, I have a follow-up.
Thank you, Chris.
It's changed a lot. I mean, when my parents bought their house, it was like under $200,000, right? And Wheat Ridge, where I grew up, was kind of dumpy, and they had a gas station there between Kipling and Wadsworth on 44th, and that neighborhood was a little bit rough. But now, like, Wheat Ridge is a hot spot to live, and I think it's still lacking a lot of restaurants, I think. But when you look at its neighbor, Arvada, also was not a cool place to live when I was growing up. And now look at it, everybody wants to live in Arvada.
The Old Town Square's popping.
Yes, there's so many new restaurants. There's some older ones too, but it's changed so much.
And some for the better, but at the same time, some get left behind when that happens. For the OGs, for our other native friends that are Coloradans for a long time, what's a place that if you say it, they're going to be like, do you remember this? What's a spot that you missed that you wish was still around?
Oh, gosh. I don't miss it, but White Fence Farm was a big deal.
Down there by Queen Supers.
No, it's the one, White Fence Farm, wasn't it out there?
It's and Lakewood.
Yeah, it was like off like Ward.
It was a fried chicken spot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think they had opened up like a second one near Cheeseman Park, but it didn't
work out.
I mean, they closed a couple of years ago, but I remember getting fried chicken from there when I did medical sales because you could get like boxes of it for lunch, and they would give you like biscuits and rolls, and it would put somebody on their ass. But I mean, it was like a Cracker Barrel level.
It was, yeah.
That's a great name. I forgot about that place.
White Fence Farm, of course, Casa Bonita.
So you heard that the South Park guys are rumored to have bought Casa Bonita. Yes. Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Now aren't they Coloradans?
I have some beef with that story because our reporter Allison Reedy was actually seeking the same story, and they gave it to that other publication instead.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well,
no, I'm sorry for Allison because she was working her ass off to get that story.
So is it for sure happening? And what do you expect out of the new Casa Bonita?
Oh gosh,
Do you have like your finger on the pulse? Do you get to like know when menus are dropping beforehand?
No, but I have a insider there who would tell me.
Wait, you have is it a diver?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's a coveted spot.
I actually interviewed a cliff diver, and he was very boring. And
What?
he was like, "Yeah, I go to work and I dive," and I was like, "More and
details."
and
Yeah, like you're jumping off a fucking cliff every
Has
night.
a kid ever fallen in the
like,
water?
Yeah, I did this many dives an hour, and I was like, and like, what was it like to work there? But he wasn't. No, it wasn't a. It's not.
We edited out this part so that Patty wouldn't have to reveal her sources. Now back to Chris with a good question.
My follow-up to that last question, what change have you liked most about Denver? Like, since you're from growing up to nowadays, like, what do you like most about Denver now that's changed?
I guess it's probably the same stuff that I said I didn't like. I guess, like, the growth is so great because it brings so much more diversity in the restaurant scene. For example, my parents and I used to go to New Saigon on Federal, and we used to drive to H Mart, and now you can get Vietnamese in literally every city, and that was not the case when I was growing up. And I think that a lot of people also, it's broadening their worlds, right? You're like, oh, I've never had Colombian food, but now there's a Colombian spot, and that used to be like you would learn or read about foods from around the world on TV, and now you can go out and try them because Denver is getting so much bigger.
No, I love that. And I'm in that same boat. I was a guy that ate chicken tenders and grew up in Mississippi. So like it was Taco Tuesdays at our house with, and the leftover ground beef was the next day's sloppy Joe or spaghetti meat. Like we were very plain Jane, didn't eat too far out of the box. But that's because I grew up in a community where there was not too much outside of the box. Like the margarita restaurant served like the most Americanized Mexican food. Like, there was no bodega. There was no like chili rellenos were not a thing when we grew up. But I got out here and my coworkers were making them for me and like taking them home. And I was like, this is fucking revolutionary. So that is, like, I guess with expansion brought, growth in a bunch of different ways, but some can be negative as well. I mean, now we have 2 H Marts.
I know.
That's awesome. And I got the one next to you up in Westminster.
Yes.
With the badass barbecue place next door.
Yes, that place is so great. There's a couple, actually a few additional ones on South Havana Street that aren't as big as the Korean markets.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So do you have a gem of a new restaurant that's coming so our listeners are like, Patty, put us on something that's new we haven't tried or something truly, crazy. What's a spot that you would recommend for our listeners?
Truly crazy.
We're talking craziest restaurant. If you really wanted to go off the beaten path, where are you thinking?
Oh gosh, I would probably think somewhere on South Havana Street because there's so many places I haven't even discovered there yet. But Mono KFC is downtown. Have you guys been there?
I have not, but I've seen
Aurora?
it.
Well, they just opened up their second location.
Yeah, it's next door to Decor Zone, right?
They're opening up a City Park location. Is it already open?
I don't know.
I didn't know where they put it in the City Park area. That's in our area.
Yeah, you should. I don't know if it's open yet, but you should go. But the one downtown is really great.
Stonerisms?
Oh yeah, they have such good. I think they're my favorite so far. Although Angry Chicken on South Havana Street is also good.
Okay.
Other places.
I feel like I don't hit South Havana Street as often as I should. Like I used to work off of Iliff right over there in Evans. So I was right there in that ballpark of like where Vaughn's Fried Chicken is now or Uncle Zoe's for the chili dumplings.
Yes.
Those things are fucking fire. But those weren't there when I was working out there. And so that was like a rundown like Village Inn diner in front of just a random strip mall. But those have kind of been those places I've been sleeping on out in Parker that are just delicious.
Yes. You could do like a whole weekend, I think, in that area.
I mean, you'd have to spend more than that. I feel like it's obviously very spread out, but there's so many different varieties. Like the Greek food apparently is very good down there because the Greek community is heavily entrenched in the Parker area.
Yes.
You know, so if you ever want to do a food tour with me,